Hello, 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 everybody. Just checking my system here. Sure everything is working properly. You guys can hear me and all that good stuff. All right, good to go. Wow, it's full moon today. Full moon. You guys ready? And it's happening probably for some of you already. Um, I'm here on the Pacific Coast in Oregon, in the United States. So mine doesn't start until 3 o'clock. 3:30 actually, or 3:09. Sorry, I'm making this a little bit smaller. I can't see. This is a new setup, so bear with me just a second. That Mercury energy affecting things. So hopefully that works for you. So welcome to those that are brand new. I'm trying to see if I can shrink this. I'm on a whole new thing. Taking a few minutes while we wait for people to come in anyway. Because I can't see the chat. I want to be able to see the chat in case somebody comes in. All right, so full moon today. We got the full moon, January 6th, 2023. It is the wolf moon. A lot of people don't even know why it's called the wolf moon. Actually, it used to say back in the day, the wolf moon was about hearing the wolves howl. They thought that they were starving and hungry, but that's not really why. Wolves howl for all kinds of different reasons, but that's the history of the wolf moon. So it is usually cold and full moon. They howl, but they howl for other reasons. So that's where the old saying comes in. We've got the full moon in Cancer this time. We've got a lot of things happening, not only with the full moon, we've got things happening with Mars and Mercury. These two planets really are going to play heavy through January. So we're already in the month of January, but this is going to go to the new moon. So if you're new to my channel, I'll usually go from full moon to new moon to full moon kind of thing. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Long time no see. Yes, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. I was going to do one for the new year, but I ended up having to work again. So we're going to do this with the full moon. So it's the Mars and Mercury are going to make a big impact. And I've got some notes because there's so many things in the first half of January that is going to happen more to set up for the second half of January and February. So with the full moon in Cancer, it's sort of like we're sort of in a stuck mode. It's like people are beginning to think, is this ever going to change? Is anything going to move on? Is anything happening? That kind of a thing. So there's like a tension going on the first half, but you got to be understanding that this full moon with Mercury and Mars, what's going on is that it's setting you up. It's like in the process of breaking away things, taking things and changing for new, because there's a lot of newness coming at the end of January. A lot. And it's going to be a lot easier towards the end of January. So this is a really good thing for everybody. It's just like, hold on. So that's one of the things that you really have to be paying attention to, because I took notes when I was looking at the charts. And let's see, we've got Mercury is in retrograde again, okay, and that started December 29th. Mars is in retrograde, and that's going to January 12th. So in the middle of the month, we get rid of Mars it goes direct in the middle of the month. However, it's sort of keeping us, because Saturn's mixed in there, so it's sort of keeping us in this restrictive mode. And that restrictive mode is getting ready to break free at the end of the month, which is a really, really good thing. When we watch the new moon reading, I'll go in on that. So catch up on that when I do the new moon reading. And I'm off that day, so I'm really excited. But let's see, Mercury retrograde, it's in the sign of Capricorn, so it's in an earth sign. And we have a lot of new and different things that are coming up and happening. So here's the thing, just really bear with me for a second. Mercury is in retrograde, but on the 8th, it retros back to Uranus, What does that mean? It means that there's some new and different things happening. But then on the 11th, it squares with Chiron, which means difficult issues and resolutions of that. On the 14th, it does a semi square with Saturn, more restrictions. On the 18th, it moves direct. So when Mercury begins to move direct, it also happens to on the 23rd to go with a semi square with Saturn, more restrictions. And the 27th, it does a semi square with Chiron, which is about resolving. So around the 27th, things are beginning to sort of break up and break free. It's sort of like if I'm seeing for some reason soap in bubbles, like in a bubble bath, and as the bubble bath, the bubbles start to dissipate. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there. However, just know that Saturn is not going to be in control towards that. So with the moon in Cancer, we just sort of feel like we're stuck a little bit. And that's going to gradually break away. So imagine being in a bathtub with bubbles and watching them dissipate. That's the way January's sort of going to be. Why was I given that scenario? Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't know how divine always works. But there's a bunch of other things that are happening. Let's see here. The full moon is also in a sextile with Uranus. So that means that things are breaking away, but there's still those constrictions, like I just said. There's the restrictions because of Saturn and and Uranus. If you know anything about the planets, Saturn is one of restrictions and very, very much about schedules and rules and things of that nature, which keeps us in check, right? But Uranus is sort of the opposite. It's like the free flowing. It wants to just move on. It wants to take it easy. It wants to grow that way. So we've got this give and take. It's almost like the Two of Pentacles, the give and take kind of a thing. We want to be able to manage that and know that those things are trying to, it's almost like a spiritual battle, like you're trying to fight this. And that's another thing that is happening in the first part of January with this full moon is that, where is this? On the 14th, I think is when it's going to happen. Yeah. So things are going to be sort of disorienting. You're like, things are now moving, things are changing. Think of a train, an old steam engine train where when it starts, it's like, and as it gains speed, it goes faster, and and that's the way January is going to be. And then all of a sudden, it's going to go really full force. The Shinkansen, the bullet train, is just going boom. So it's like a kapow at the end of the month. Something very light, something very easy, something very coming together, something that's, so it depends on where your sign lies. If you watch through the month, because you got like the 9th, Venus, it trines with Mars. Okay. Things are a little bit difficult, traumatic. You have the tools to resolve something, but you're like, your head's sort of spinning and you don't have the clarity to fix it. On the 11th, you have Venus sextiling with Chiron. Things begin to smooth out a little bit more with the problems. And on the 12th, you've got Mercury doing some stuff in there, and you just may not feel like nothing's working, nothing's happening. 13th, you got the sun sequencing. I can't talk. It's doing a sequence square of Mars, feeling really annoyed, you're very tired, you just don't want to think about it, that kind of a thing. So around this full moon, really pay attention to what is happening with you mentally as well as physically. Because I want to say it's like a spiritual battle, but things are not melding for some of you. It's like your mind versus your physical body or the world or outside is just not jiving. It's like they're not talking to each other. So you're getting this like kerfuffle going on within yourself. Some of you are doing that. I keep hearing the word Gemini, the sign Gemini. I don't know who that's for. But that is sort of like something that is really, you're focusing in on that balance. It's sort of like my other channel, Get Balanced 2020. It's about how to get balance with your mind, spirit, and body. Because a lot of people start wrong. Okay, so when you're trying to get your spirit and your body thinking the same, working the same, being that smooth engine, that train that's gonna just go nice, easy, rather than not oiling it and then it squeaks and changes. Try opening a door that squeaks and change it and just makes all kinds of noises. You want to put oil in it because it's annoying. So that's sort of like what's happening. It's annoying when things don't meld together. And a lot of the times we fight ourselves. I keep hearing fight yourself. You're fighting yourself. Your own worst enemy. Okay. So the way to get that back in balance through January is going to be trying to reverse your thinking. What do I mean by that? Majority of the human race think first and then they act on it, then they go to their spirit last. So they're backwards in their thinking. A lot of the times we need to be thinking spirit first because our spirit and our soul talk to each other, tell us really what is right and what is wrong. Our spirit and our soul, our spirit speaks to our soul, and we know what's right, we know what's wrong, we know what we should really do, but we go against it because our flesh is really strong. But the thing is that we want to fight against that. If we were to think from our spirit, bring it to our mind, say, yep, that is wrong, I'm not going to do it, and then act or speak on it, then we're getting ourselves in balance because now we're starting from the right foundation. If we're starting from our head, that's world, that's the stuff we've been trained, that's the brainwashing, that's the molding that we got from child on up. That's what the world says we are, what we should be doing. We start there, we're all mixed up. We need to be starting from spirit first. So start from spirit first, go to your head, and then your head tells you what to do physically. You're either doing something, saying something, not doing something, or not saying something. Hold your tongue kind of a thing. Fight, know what battles to fight kind of a thing. So that's the thing in January that is going to be spiritual. Your flesh is going to be fighting your spirit and your soul. So what is that? But there is going to be breakthrough. I just keep seeing the bathtub with the bubbles dissipating. So what happens when you begin to speak with spirit first is you get more peace you get more peace in your life. Wouldn't that be great, guys? You know, so if you're going through a trouble or a struggle or something and you've got peace, even in that struggle, it's awesome. It really is. I've been both sides of the world. I used to be stressed out, can't breathe, have panic attacks when struggle was happening, and you know, stress got way above where I could handle. And now it's like, okay, I don't like it, but if it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be, and what happens will happen. The peace is a lot more relaxing. It also is less stress on your heart and things of that nature. So definitely look at that. Look at where you are in your journey, because this full moon is going to awaken it. And it's going to be a really easy process around the 11th, around there, around the 12th. Because again, we have the two planets. There's Venus, Uranus, and what other one is it? Yeah, because you're having Venus sextile with Chiron. So the things become smooth, and the problems don't be they're not as stressful as you really thought that they were going to be. Like, oh man, I was really sweating and stressing about this. Definitely it's not going to be that bad of a situation. All right. So I don't know if there's anybody else watching, but here's what we're going to do. That's a little recap of the full moon in Cancer for January 6th. Welcome to the full moon. If you are new, just know that those energies are going to be extremely strong for the next 3 days. This is just the way that full moons work. 3 days before, 3 days after, then it begins to dissipate. And then, yeah. Then it goes into your signs. You have to look at your charts and your signs of where you fall in the other things. Gemini's really, Gemini's are really, if you have Gemini in your sign at all, it's definitely going to be affecting Gemini more so. Okay. So then what next we're going to do is, I'm doing this a little bit different, guys. So, because I'm not on as much, I'm going to sit here for probably an hour or more. I'm going to go through all the signs. I'm going to give you a recap of your sign. Divine has told me which signs to pick first. So I did put them in order this time. Last time he said, do this one, do this one. But I said, can we please do them in theirs, in their signs, fire, water, earth and air so that, you know, people watching can move on with their life because life is busy. All right. So I'm going to go through those. I am going to do a general reading here first for all signs for the month. This is to the new moon. So if this resonates with you, awesome. If not, then it's just not a message for you. Just wait for your sign to come up and maybe that's a message to you. However, this is intuitive and healing tarot. So whatever problems, struggles you're going through, questions that you just can't make a decision on, again, you have to go to your spirit and your soul for those because that's where divine talks to you. And hopefully he will give you the answer. I'm just the conduit, guys. I'm just a conduit. He gives me the ability to do this. I do it. If it resonates with you, you're supposed to get the message. If not, it's not for you today. Okay. So first thing I do is I pull Divine's card, but when we have a full moon, I always pull the moon cards. So this is a win-win outcome in the forecast. Okay. Win-win outcome. We're talking about that balance between spirit and mind. It's going to be really hard for somebody because somebody really wants to change what's going on in their life. Somebody really is tired of being sick and tired. Kind of, I'm really tired of living this way. I don't want to live this way anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I want a new, fresh way because that's this moon in Cancer that's making you think that way. I need a new beginning. I need to start something new. And it's not this resolution crap because resolutions don't work. So this is something that really is in your heart that you're just like, I just don't know how to do it. Okay. So very easy. Sounds very easy, but it's not because our flesh is so strong, is to think from your spirit first. When you have a decision or a question to make, just say, is this divine what you want me to do? You want to show me how many to go? Which way do you want me to go? Think from your spirit first. Don't say, oh yeah, I really want to do that. Oh yeah, I'm just going to do it. Maybe that's not even in your calling or purpose of where you're supposed to be going. And you might entertain bringing energies in that you don't want to come in. Trust me, you don't want it. I used to be a really big hugger, but as an empath, I don't hug because then I absorb those energies and they get my good energies. But the thing is, it wears me completely out. We went to the mall the other day, I came home and I was so wiped out, just so wiped out. And my daughter's like, what? You know, I said, I am so flippin' tired. I can go to a mall and it'll wipe me out for a couple of days. So definitely be really mindful where you are thinking, what you're thinking, where you're placing everything and where you're going with it, where you want to go. I just did some coaching with a young gentleman that he's not sure where he wants to go. And I said, well, you got to think 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead. Is this really where you want to be in 5 years? And personally, what do you want to be in 5 years? Business wise, what do you want to be in 5 years? And, you know, we talked about that. So you got to look sort of ahead. You don't want to, it's going to change. I told him, I said, even if you focus, I want to be a manager, it's not going to be a straight shot. You're going to go zigzagging. So definitely gave him some food for thought for that. So I'm picked Divine's card. This is for the full moon. And this is exactly what the moon in Cancer is saying. He's talking about the beautiful uncaging. This is that new energy that is trying to burst out. That's that steam engine that is going really slow. How patient can you be until that engine really begins to go again? It's that beautiful uncaging at the end of the month. Okay. So whatever it is that you're trying to uncage, it could be just saying, I'm afraid to share some information because we got Mercury here fighting you, and then you might be stuck. It's sort of like a new relationship example. You really want to tell somebody you like them and you haven't told them because you're just sort of stuck. You're shy or you just don't know how they're going to react. You know what? If you don't ask, you won't know. And if they say no, then they're not meant to be in your cards. And you don't know what the universe or what God has planned for you or your angels or who your helpers are. Patheos. I love that word, patheos. That definitely is something that you really, really want to think about your future. Uncaging, it's the number 5 in numerology. And why is that? It's because it's new and fresh. For somebody, it's new and fresh, and it's something that's very uncomfortable to try. Okay. It's like a New Year's resolution. Oh, I'm going to go work out. I'm going to work out. And and then you've never worked out before. It's very uncomfortable. because the second day you're going to be really sore, but or let's say you work out, the next day you're sore, but that second day when that lactic acid builds up, you get in a lot of pain. And it's very uncomfortable, but is it healthy for me? Probably, because I haven't used those muscles. Okay, I haven't done anything like that before. Is it healthy for me? Yeah, it's building strength. It's building me strong. It's getting my blood moving. It's getting everything moving, my joints, everything. So it's a good thing. So think of whatever you're going through right now, whatever you're planning on doing, or whatever. It might be uncomfortable at first, but just know that those bubbles are gonna those bath bubbles are going to dissipate, that it's not so uncomfortable later on. Okay, and then you'll be able to see clearly, because now you're going to be able to see the water. Why are you having me use the bathtub? I don't even take baths. I hate baths. I had 3 back surgeries and I had to sit in a bathtub all the time, so I hate bathtubs unless it's a hot tub. And otherwise I do showers. Our next card out is the Wasp. Okay, the Wasp is about anger, retaliation, jealousy, and it's the number 3. So right on, you guys. This is so right on, because there are some things going on with Saturn and the moon, and it's sort of that Cancer energy of this, the moodiness of going on. Again, there's that restriction. There's that Saturn energy of holding back and not being sure. There's not some conformity to somebody's fighting to conform to something of that nature. So there's that anger that builds up. Now, anger, there's 2 things that, yeah, if you get stung by a wasp, there's a reason why. He's pissed off, probably because you messed up his plan, or 2, you're messing up his house. So we get really, really touchy when it's things that relate to us personally, as well as our belongings and our surroundings. Why do we get pissed off? Because 2 things. We are afraid, we're walking in fear, or 2, we're our perspective is not the same as theirs, and we don't want to understand the other person's perspective. Now, if we, and somebody's like, I don't agree with that, I don't agree with that. And it's like, you don't have to agree with me on anything, but just listen, and maybe there's something in there that is for you, that might be addressed for you. But the thing is, a lot of the times anger and frustration is because of the unknown. You don't know. So if you get more clarity, then you're not angry, you're not frustrated. You may disagree, and you may agree to disagree. Just say, I don't believe in that. I don't want to do that. Those kinds of things. Or that's not in my morals. That's not in my standards. And that's fine. But it might be in somebody else's. And that means, do you interact with that person? I don't know where I'm going with this and why, but he's got me doing it. Am I going to interact with this person, or am I going to cut them off? Is there a reason why you want to completely cut them off? Yes. If they're toxic, you don't want that in your life, because that doesn't help you move forward. If you're going to be successful, you have to have successful people around you, positive, supportive, and somebody who can help you grow up and not stay stuck, because that's where we are right now in Cancer. We're stuck. So if you're having any anger, any frustration, feeling like, gosh, you're jealous, maybe somebody's spending more attention with somebody else. If you're in a relationship and maybe they're dating 2 people and you want to be the person, you need to get over, if that's a jealousy, that's an insecurity. If that person's supposed to be with you, they will be with you. Divine will allow it. If not, he'll take that person away, or he's going to see if you have the strength to take that person away, because he's not going to set you up for a new relationship if you don't have the strength to be your authentic self. If you have to change for somebody else, that is not the right person that you should be with. Okay. So again, there's this restriction around whatever it is you're going through. Don't know what it is. Okay. All right. So then our 3rd card, this is our current card right now. Somebody is frustrated. Somebody's angry. Somebody's jealous. Somebody wants to get back. If you retaliate, it's going to come back on you. So whatever you wish for, be ready to have that come back on you. So, some people call it karma. No, it is just the way the universe works. It's the way that Divine says, if you wish on bad on somebody else, that bad's going to come straight back at you. So that's why you got to be really careful, because words are powerful, actions are very powerful. We have that actually happening. And I have to teach my daughter that, you know, don't wish and think those things. I mean, you're basically putting a curse on a person, which is very not good. All right. So in the future, you got to be really, really. Your card here for the future is the follow the leader. It's the number 4. So we go from the number 5 in the beginning of this full moon, which is unstable, not very good. Working through whatever it is you need to work through to get rid of that anger, to get rid of that retaliation feeling, to get rid of that jealousy, and you're going to move forward with follow the leader, the number 4. So, and the number 4 is about balance and stability and foundation and making sure that it is solid and not built on sand. Okay. So, whatever you're thinking and going through right now and you feel stuck, it's going to break off. But are you ready for that at the end of the month? And where is it going to break off at? Are you going to be happy with that decision? Are you going to be happy with all that is going on? All right. So, let's do a quick spread. This is for the collective, this is for everyone. And this is for everyone here as far as all the signs. Okay. So where do you want to go? Like I was telling that young man, you know, the energy is about where do you want to go? What do you want to do? Are these upside down? Yep, they are. Okay. So where do you want to go? What do you want to do? It is about your future right now. Okay. It is about where you want to be. Okay. I don't know if it's in your personal life. We'll see when your signs come up, your business or whatever. Again, we have the 7 of Wands. This is a lot about, you're going to probably see a lot of wands just because Mercury and Mars are talking back and forth. They're really close. Mercury retrograde is a lot about communication. But also too, this is where's your focus. So with the 7 of Wands straight out of the shoot, somebody is trying to stand up for. Now, what are you standing up for? You got to know what you're standing up for, guys, because you have to have standards and boundaries. What are those? Do you even know what those are? So they should be, 1, high integrity and high morals. Those where those 2 foundations start. Why? Because that's your spirit. Because what does that mean? Righteousness comes from absolute truth, not earth truth. Righteous means, yes, I know I should do that, or I need to be doing that, but your flesh takes over. I just want to do it because I want to do it. That's worldly. So this is, again, there's this 7 of Wands that is struggling with that. And you're definitely thinking about the future. You're not taking any action yet because we're sort of stuck with this moon. Okay, you're thinking about it. You're looking off into the future. Somebody is. Again, that's what Divine's saying, that beautiful uncaging, but you really haven't acted on it yet. And we haven't, because we're moving forward, but we're not moving forward. Some people are saying we're not moving fast enough. It's not happening fast enough. They're not liking me fast enough, or they haven't asked me to marry him fast enough, or you're trying to control it. Stop trying to control. Okay. 4 of Swords. This is about your thinking process, your processing, where you're going and what you're doing with your mindset and where you're thinking from and your foundation. All right. Okay, let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Can't make this up. The bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card, and everybody's like, oh gosh, not today, Satan, not today. Actually, this is a really good card because this is about separation. This is about separation of, remember I said how your mind is not talking to your body, your spirit is like fighting, and it's like it is separated, so it needs to come together. Okay? I can't make this stuff up. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. I need a bigger table. And just so you guys know, because you guys know I'm a leathersmith, I am working on a beautiful, beautiful deer hide that back in the 60s, apparently somebody had given me a whole bunch of hides. And he has such beautiful energy on him. Just such I wanted to use. All right. So we're looking for the future. Again, the separation is happening with your mind and your personal body. We have the Ace of Swords. This is going to be towards the middle of the month. Remember I said that things are going to change. Those bubbles are going to start to dissipate. That's what's happening here. In the middle, there's going to be opportunity. There's going to be newness. There's going to be a freshness, whatever it is in your situation, what you're trying to go through. You do want to probably share with somebody that you trust, an old friend, and if you're in a relationship, that whatever it is you need to share, apparently this needs to happen. There is going to be sort of like this resistance. This is that Saturn energy, this resistance to share something for somebody. I don't know what that is, but something needs to be said. The elephant has to get out of the room, and this needs to be shared in a loving manner, you know, and not pointing fingers. I don't know who that's for. We don't want to ever put blame on somebody. We have to take accountability for how we acted or didn't react or act, because remember, we are working with perception. This is my perception. This is your perception. Again, this is for somebody that it's been in the past that this has been happening. Maybe somebody's got a habit or a pattern that you don't like anymore. Maybe they go out a lot. There's a relationship and they go out a lot, and you're just like, and they don't realize they're doing what they're doing. So this is an elephant in the room that has to come out. It will come out about the I think the 11th through the 13th, when these planets start shifting again. And this is a good thing because there is celebration. There's a relief. There's a release that this came out, or this was discussed, or this happened, because it allows you to move to in the future. Because right now your challenge card is it's not moving, it's stuck. Okay, you want this card to be in the upright, not in the reverse. So the 10 of Pentacles should really be in the upright. However, right now this is your challenge card, it's not. So how are you going to get unstuck? How are you going to share this information? How are you going to be open about it? And I'm telling you right now, you got to really watch your words and how you act, because that's what's going on with that. All right. So let me see if there's any clarification Divine wants to share with this, and then we'll go on to your own signs. All right. Yeah. Ending really quick. This is a good thing. The 10 of Swords means, you know, something is going to work out. Something may have to change in order to work out. And as we go into the 15th, 16th, before the new moon, things are going to begin to become easier. And yes, okay, finally, that number 4 is going to start to come in. It's going to become easier. It's going to be kind of understanding. Won't feel so uncomfortable, that kind of a thing. All right. Divine, is there anything there on this general, on the collective, that you want to share? It's going to take work. It is going to take work. So it's going to take a process. It's going to take time. It's going to do your steps, because we have the 8 of Pentacles. Now, this might be for your financial. Somebody might be going into a new job. Yes. Do I have my resume in order? Do I know which job I want? I'm going to tell you one thing. If this is somebody for their work, because there is Pentacles at the end with your, that's your challenge, is that, do you have everything that you need, the information, the research? Have you reviewed the company? Have you looked at the company's stats? How about their turnover rate? Do the employees come and go like a fart in the wind, or are they there for a long time? Do they help you grow? Do they help you financially with your insurance and all this kind of stuff? That's the process. That's the number 8 in there. And you have to do the work to find out. Now, and you have to look at it. Thank you. So you have to look at it if you want this in 5 or 10 years. Is this where you want to be? Be careful, because wherever you take a job, that may be the job for your lifetime if you are not strong enough to get out of that. Again, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, using your smarts, your wisdom, your heart, your spirit. Okay, thank you. So you're saying, if this is not your passion, do not do it. You are here for a purpose and a calling. And if you fight against that passion that's really inside, you're not going to be as happy. Okay, so if you take a job and it becomes a job, do you know there's a difference between job and career? There is. A job is something you take just to get by for the month to pay the bills. A career is something that you plan for, something that you have a heart, a passion for. My leather work, even though it's a part-time gig that's turning into a full-time gig, which it used to be full-time for many, many years. But it is something that I have a passion for, and it's always part of me. It's like something that cannot leave you. That's your passion. Whatever that is in you, follow that passion, because that's your future card. Okay. So I'm leaving these 3 cards up. I'm leaving the 3 oracles up because that is the purpose of the moon. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go into, Divine wants me to do the water signs first. So we're going to do Cancer, Scorpio, and then Pisces. So if you want to, what do they call it? Timestamp. I would love that. If not, I will timestamp once these are all over with and go back and record. I don't know, my nose just started running. I've been working on a bunch of saddles and a lot of mold and a lot of stuff like that too. So, okay, so Cancer. Oh, yes. So we have the Tower, change. Okay. This is the moon. So that we're in Cancer. This is Cancer. There is change coming. We know that it's going to be in the middle of the month, a lot easier, but that inner struggle for your future is going to be really, really hard. Okay. So somebody's looking at the whole picture. Somebody is looking at the whole picture. If you're not looking at the whole picture, and you're getting frustrated, that is probably why. Because your current energy, remember, is the Wasp. So if you're frustrated, angry, and everything, you have to look at the big picture. If you're in a relationship, where do you see yourself with that person in 5-10 years? Or even better than that, thank you. So imagine if that person went away and you never saw them again. Would you be okay? Or would you miss them terribly? Or if they left and they're no longer in your life, how would you feel about that? So this is talking about change for the long term for you guys in Cancer. So if you're frustrated now, you're frustrated because you're thinking from your head first, not your spirit. Okay. If you're thinking from your spirit first, that would be something that you would still look at your change. Where am I going to be in the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Because you're like, well, Patty, things change in, in time. They do, but those sometimes are tests of what you're following by. All right. So we've got the King of Cups. Not going to be easy, not lying, but you know what? You can stay calm. How do you stay calm? Again, from your spirit first, you stay peaceful through the struggles, through the changes, knowing that it's going, uncaging is not comfortable. Being novice at something, starting at something is not comfortable, but there is movement forward. This is going to keep moving, whether you like it or not. That's part of the moon energy. It's going to keep moving. And the planets, I can't remember which one is that. And that's right before the new moon, where everything sort of shifts about your responsibilities. It be is accountable for what you've decided to do. Okay. And then you have the Empress, which is a lot of loving energy. Now, this could be a movement towards a shift for somebody. That is something very beautiful and a miracle as far as like having a baby. That thing is a little scary at first because it's fresh, it's new, it's exciting. However, you get in the middle of a pregnancy, like, what have I done? Kind of a thing. So you have to be sort of nurturing to yourself if that happens to be you or somebody that you know. Just say, it's going to be fine. At the end of the month, it's all cool. You're going to mellow out. It's going to be okay. Those bubbles have dissipated, and you're going to see the big picture again in the end of the month. All right. Very, very beautiful. Very beautiful for somebody if that's where they're headed. Okay. Let me get clarity on the King of Cups, please, for the Cancers, because this King of Cups is in the middle. And in the middle of this, definitely. Coming fast, okay. Again, this is about a process. Oh, somebody's not comfortable with change that quick. Somebody's not comfortable with things spontaneous. They don't like spontaneous. Somebody doesn't like spontaneity. This is something you've sort of got to get used to. Things, I will tell you, if it's divine intervention, he works fast. Because as soon as you submit to what he wants you to do, and you say, okay, I'll go ahead and do it, boom. No, been there, done that too many times. But our human flesh, fights it. This company, I didn't want it. Said no for like 6 months. I just but the feeling got stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's like, no, I don't want to sew. I don't want to do this business. I don't. And for 6 months, and then finally I was just tired of fighting the energies of what he was trying to give me. And I said, fine, I will do it. And then business plans and people and everything came into place, and I owned the company in less. Was I scared? Heck yeah. Was I comfortable? Heck no. Did I want to do it? Not at all. But was it the best thing for me? Totally. At number 4. Again, try not to control things too much. Again, we have the Six of Cups. Again, there is somebody there that you need to share this with. Share whatever you're going through. Get this anxiety off of you. Get this stress off of you. Somebody's like anxiety, panic attack, things of that nature. The reason why that is you're holding on to your human self. You're not thinking from your spirit first. You're not allowing spirit to guide you. You're not allowing divine to guide you. So there you're having to struggle. But something for here for this full moon till the new moon, you're going to be working on it. It might get a little rough and uncomfortable, but you're going to be at peace with it because you're going to say, you know what? However it's going to turn out, it's going to turn out. That's the way it needs to be because I know that it's supposed to turn out that way. And at the end of the month, it's going to be beautiful. I don't think this is about your business. I don't think this is about money. I don't think this is about school because that has to do with your future and career. This has to do with your personal self. Has to do with your personal mindset. This has to do what's personally going on with you right now. And if you don't have somebody that you can trust, trying to maybe get a coach or a therapist or a counselor or somebody that you can trust because your world is going to change. And it's for the better. It's for good. And hopefully it's not a toxic person that you need to get rid of. But I love this because there's change and there's nurturing. There's compassion and kindness and everything going because there's your first and your last card. So if there's a lot of hate and anger right now, thank you. So when I was listening to one of the astrologers this morning, he was saying what we need to do is learn how to be more kind and that it's going to be a struggle to become soft. So learn to become more of the softer side of you than the harder side of you. So Cancers, that's what that is saying from the new full moon to the new moon. And that's the moon in Cancer. All right. So we are going to go to Scorpio next. We start out with these ones. By the way, I was going to share with you, we were playing around in the mall. Like I said, we went to the mall the other day. I don't take much time off. Welcome. Hello. We're just getting started. I just did Cancers. We're going to Scorpio next. And by the way, I was going to text you later Friday and Sunday this week. Or I have 20th, 21st, 22nd. Okay, so let's get together. Definitely one of those days. It would be, what is today? Friday. So it would be Sunday. I can't do today. I got to finish a couple saddles, but I can do Sunday, next Friday, or the 20th, 21st, 22nd. I'm telling Mountain Girl this because if you're looking for a reading, those are days that I can do readings with you one-on-one. All right? So we are going to Scorpio. But we were at the mall and I can't say the company I work for. However, I think many of you guys have figured it out. But we were at the mall and we went into this store. I didn't realize how big tarot is becoming with the younger Sunday. Okay, perfect. Just let me know what time. Why don't say it here, but let's text me a time and we'll do that on Sunday. All right. And if anybody else wants readings, just let me know. Readings are free. You can do a donation. That's always appreciated, but I don't set a donation amount. All right. I just did Cancer. So we're doing Scorpio. We did a general reading at first with some work with what was going on with the moon and the planets first. So now we're doing Scorpio. But we were at the mall. Wow, look at this. Holy Toledo, guys. Spiritual stuff going on with Scorpios. Wow, spiritual stuff going on big time with Scorpios. Again, that's probably where that anger comes in. Somebody doesn't believe. I heard, I don't believe in that crap. Well, what are you watching tarot for then? Um, because tarot is a lot of spiritual, whether people believe it or not. There is supernatural, and where does that supernatural come from? Energy. Energy comes from where? Energy comes from the universe. So people say universe, but you'll say angels, and we call them helpers or assistants from the other side, that kind of a thing. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but definitely a spiritual thing going on. I love this because there's a lot of feminine energy here, dealing with the Scorpios. But again, we're talking about this newness, and this new energy that is in the full moon. So this is beautiful. Um, but going back really quick, I'm going back to, we were at the mall, we were walking around, and we went to, what is it called? Not Hot Box. I wish my daughter was close by. Oh, box lunch. We were at box lunch. And I walked around and there was tarot card here, tarot card here, tarot card. I'm like, what's going on? My daughter's like, well, this is what's happening in our generation and people really like it. And I'm like, really? But I really found out I got 2 new decks. You guys got to know me. I love to have fun. I love things to be light. You're not going to find me using weird old dark cards. There was a couple we went to Barnes and Noble I picked up and I'm like, put them back right away. Energies were not good on those decks. However, I always like to play and have fun. And this is one of my more favorite movies is, this tarot deck is Hocus Pocus, from Disney. Disney has allowed it. And it's a lot of fun. So if you watched any of the Hocus Pocus movies, they're actually, the cards are just adorable. And then I couldn't pass it up. I loved the packaging. So and I've got to work on these. So by the new moon, I'll be working with those. But this is the Nightmare Before Christmas. I love the packaging. Somebody really did work good on the packaging. This is a gift set, by the way. So it's got the cards, it's got the cloth, and it's got the book, and it also has a journal in there. So it was like a really cute little gift. We were going to buy it in the store, but it was too expensive, because I watch my pennies. And my daughter's like, maybe they'll match it online. So they did. So I got almost 2 for 1. So a lot of fun. All right. But those are my 2 new decks. You always find me doing something crazy and fun. So let's get going to the Scorpio. Okay. Just remember, Divine's card for you is the beautiful uncaging, the number 5. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable to talk about it. Okay. You got the Queen of Wands. You've got the High Priestess. You have got the Queen, or no, you've got the Judgment. You've got the 7 of Wands, and then you've got the Page of, I love the Page of Cups at the end, because that's a lot of curiosity, a lot of fun, a little bit older, a little bit more mature, but this is a good way to really look at your future, Scorpio, because there's a lot of feminine energy here. However, it's very powerful. Okay, so I don't know if you have somebody in your life that maybe is trying to guide you into the right way, trying to talk to you, some good sense in your head. But no, this is more of a spiritual path. It's when, remember when I said going, the uncaging is some new beautiful energy. However, it's uncomfortable. For somebody, it's hard to, how do I say this politically correct? I don't think I can because I'm a boomer. So stop lying. Just stop lying, because it's not getting you anywhere. So somebody may be a compulsive liar. Somebody may be not able to, or more manipulative. Thank you. So it was more manipulative. And this is really frustrating somebody, a current Scorpio. It's like either they're lying where they are. I'm going to go to a relationship. They're lying where they are. They're not being honest to who they're with. Maybe they're with 2 people and they should be with 1, that kind of a thing. Again, this is that spiritual battle. This is that uncaging of that energy. Now, it's up to the other person. If this is a person who lies a lot or is manipulative a lot, there is a little bit of dark side. But remember, the heart did not start out in the dark. It was taught. This is that worldly teaching versus the spiritual teaching. Worldly teaching is us from kids on up, our brainwashing, whatever we were taught, whether it was right or wrong, that's where that is. Where our spiritual teaching is knowing what's right and wrong. You know it's not right to cheat. You know that you shouldn't steal something. You know you shouldn't say something mean. You know you shouldn't be doing that. However, the flesh, this worldly child that grew up, says, I can say whatever I want to. Just like these old boomers. Really, you can't. My daughter's like, you're going to become one of those. No, I'm not. The judgment part is basically that balance that we were talking about with the new moon or the full moon, is that balance between spirit and body. Spirit and body. You got to be able to get some balance back in your life. All right? They got to get back. Oh, yeah, that is a funny deck. But you got to get that balance back in your life. Your struggle is with yourself. Scorpios, you think that everybody's against you. However, you need to step back, look in the mirror and say, is it me that needs to be worked on? Now, this, I'm telling you guys this, but maybe you know somebody that's a Scorpio that's this way. Maybe this is not you, but maybe you're supposed to share and help them through this process because they really don't know. Okay, this person might be, well, this person is obviously younger. It's not saying that you're really young, but you're not really old. So probably in your maybe 20s, 30s, early 40s. But this is somebody who knows better and knows that really there's, unfortunately, change is going to be hard because it's not comfortable. But you need to build a new foundation. With this new moon, this would be a beautiful time to do it because towards the end of the month, it's going to become easier. Again, go to the bath water. Those bubbles are all nice and bubbly when you get in the bathtub and then you just watch them dissipate. Then you can see the water and the water's clear. You can see your legs in the water, right? So this is sort of that scenario again, that it's going to dissipate, it's going to become easier, and it's going to become clear. That's what I love about the page at the end of this reading. Okay, let's see if there's anything that Divine would like me to clarify or say. Yeah, it's definitely hard for somebody to let go of this. Somebody doesn't want to let go. That's that Saturn-Uranus energy again, fighting each other. Uranus wants to just go with the flow and have fun. And Saturn's like, nope, let's be restrictive. I want to stay here. I don't want to change. I don't want to move. I don't want to da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So you're fighting yourself. Mind versus spirit. Okay? All right, Divine, is there anything that you want me to share with Scorpios before we move on? I don't know what that is for somebody. Follow the leader. You know, what leader are you following? Are you following your head? You following your heart? You following what other people say? You listening to the noise? What is it? That's your future card. What is it that you're listening to? All right. Queen of Wands. Again, so you've got two Queen of Wands. When we have a double, we really think about what's being said. Okay, you really want to think about what's being said, what's being heard, what you're paying attention to. Somebody's paying attention to a lot of noise and gunk. I hear, when I hear that, and when I hear, and I hear like chatter, 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 then somebody's listening to too much noise. Okay, again, more spiritual. You got you got the two top ones. You got the Hierophant and you've got the High Priestess and the Star. Getting back in balance, being happy, having a life of peace, happy, you know, enjoy it. How are you going to do that? You got to look at the light. Stop looking at the dark. Ooh, somebody's really negative. That's why you're pissed off. Don't start looking at the negative. Who's looking at the negative all the time? Somebody's looking at the negative all the time. No wonder you're pissed off all the time. Use my French. Although it's really not French. Like, where do we get the word French fries, too? Anyway, here we go. All right, so Scorpios, that's your reading. Hopefully that something resonated with you with that, or maybe you know a Scorpio that we can resonate with that. So we're going to go on to Pisces. Pisces. Let's do Pisces. This is another Disney deck. Are you guys getting the hint where I work? Anyway, this is another deck from Disney. It's a lot of fun. Positive deck, positive energies. Although Walt would probably roll over in his grave if he knew that they were allowing tarot decks on in his places. Walt was very much a godly man. All right. Pisces, what do we have? Divine, what do we have for Pisces here? What would you like Pisces to know? We know that you're uncaging something very beautiful here in this month with this full moon. This full moon, you should have some light energies to it. It's sort of like it's got a dark side, but it's also got a light side. But let those light sides, are these upside down? Yes. Goodness. Let the light sides show. All right. Let the light be the shining star that you need to be. Be the shining star that you need. All right, Pisces, what do you got going on? Okay, Pisces, one of the first things that he wanted me to look at, the Hermit card. Okay, and the Hermit card, the reason is somebody wants to be by themselves all the time. Somebody must have left. Somebody wants to be by themselves all the time. They probably went through something, wasn't quite sure what happened, where it was going, how things were to go forward, move forward to. But there's some pain involved there. Daughter leaves today. Appointment. So there is some problem, but you can't be alone all the time. It's not going to be healthy for you, Pisces. It's just not. You started out with the the Three of Swords. You're going to the Two of Cups in reverse. You're having the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So it's something that you want, desired, and hoped for. We have the Three of Coins, which is the Three of Pentacles, and then the Hermit. Something probably started out really, really great. And the things that it just didn't work out the way that it was supposed to be. And that's where your anger is right now. Okay. I don't know if this was career or if this was, I want to say it's more of a heart issue because of what the planets are going on. It was something really beautiful, but you know what? The manipulation or whatever was going on created this anger and jealousy, and don't ever retaliate. Don't ever retaliate. That's an earthly thing. Divine's retaliation and vengeance is more than you could ever imagine that you could do to a person. That's why you have to be careful what you say and what you do, because you can put a curse on somebody, which I didn't believe in curses. I really thought that was a satanic thing, but it's actually a biblical thing. If you speak bad about someone, that's actually cursing them, and then that bad will come back to you. So really, you have to be careful about that, about wishing somebody bad. Again, this is acknowledging that because it's the number 3. You can acknowledge you're jealous. Well, why are you jealous? Is it your insecurity? Is it something that you want and desire that you're forcing for somebody? It's sort of like at one point, I really liked this guy, really wanted him to like me, really enjoyed him. We were having a great time. My feelings were growing. He was a friend, but then he didn't want to grow. He wanted to stay friends, but I wanted a relationship. My perspective, what he was doing was thinking that he wanted to be boyfriend, girlfriend. In all reality, he just wanted to be good friends. His perspective was, hey, we're great friends. That's the way we're going to be. So you got to really think. I hurt myself by not asking and getting that clarity. And I didn't let the bubbles in the bathtub flow away so that I could see the clear water. I just sort of assumed and blew the bubbles up and kept them there, rather than let them dissipate and really see what the truth is, the absolute truth is. So I get angry at myself for not asking, getting the clarity, not understanding. So whatever that is for you, that definitely is happening. But somebody's got to get out and be around a friend, because you're around by yourself way too much. I don't know what Pisces that is, but you've got to get out. It's sort of like if you break up and you don't date for a couple of years, and it's 3 years, 4 years, and your friends are telling you, you need to get out and date. You need to get out and be around people. They're saying it just because they see you be depressed. They see you with anxiety. They see you and they want better for you. Okay. So I don't know who that's for, But this uncaging is going to feel really uncomfortable at first because that Saturn and Uranus resistance, and they're fighting back and forth. No, I want to go. I don't want to go. I want to go. I don't want to go. And you get all dressed up and you're like, yeah, I'm going to go out. And then you're like, I'm too depressed. Then you get to put your pajamas back on and you stay home. No, you go out, have a Starbucks, cup of coffee, treat yourself. Okay. This is, again, that spiritual fight. This is where divine, and if you believe in Satan or positive and negative energies, don't let that negative energy win. Let that light shine through. Go have a coffee, be by yourself, get some fresh air, take a walk, do whatever you need to do. I don't know who that's for. But you got to get out from being by yourself, because this is the past. This is another thing with the Cancer moon, is the past is the past. You can't change it. You got to keep moving forward. You can go and visit it, but don't live there. Go put flowers on the grave, but don't put a tent up on the grave and stay there. Okay. Whatever it is. And that's going to be a big thing for everybody, guys, for the year, actually 2023, is that you got to get and let go of the past. This is huge that's coming up. If you don't let go of the past, you're not going to move on. You're going to carry that baggage with you, and it's going to ruin things for the future. And then you're not following a good leader. You're following actually the past, allowing the past to dictate the future. All right. So can I get a clarification on the Three of Pentacles? Because you keep having me look at that, and I don't know why. Oh, okay. So somebody lost a lot of money in something, or they put money into something that now they regret. Okay, that's where the pain is. He's going pain. He's three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Three of Pentacles, and you knew better. You knew better. Okay, and I was talking about, a relationship. Yes, there was probably a relationship that did hurt, the pain to go away. But just know, and I know you're probably sick of hearing it, but it is for the better, because divine takes people out of our life that actually are not good for us. It is definitely the world. Yeah, the world gets in the way. I know, I hear you. That the Queen of Wands again, man, she is strong. Wands are going to be strong because Mercury is involved until the retrograde. It started the 29th. I think can't remember when it ends. Okay, is there anything else for Pisces? It's going to get easier. It is going to get much easier, but you're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to push through it. I don't know who that's for. Whatever is going on with you, it is going to get easier, and it will flow a lot easier, because this is the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about what we want, what we desire. But if you get out and you start being your authentic self and start doing things, you're going to open that beautiful page up, and you're going to actually begin to have things flow. At the end of the month, you'll see a difference if you start doing it now. Okay, Pisces, what is that for you? I don't know what that is for you. So whatever that is, please take it by the horns, get on that bull and ride it, and start going for it. Although bulls go fast, this is going to go a little slower than bulls. All right. So take it by the horns and go. All right. So that's Pisces. And Divine want me to go to Earth next. So Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus is what he's got me doing. All right. Let's go to... Now you got to remember, the moon card is the win-win outcome is in the forecast, and that's very typical because we're going to start getting easier. Things used to be very heavy, very hard in the last 2 years, and that's not because of COVID. It's just because of what's happening with the planets. Definitely has been hard. Now we're moving out of that. It's like a breakthrough. We've been breaking through, but we're going to be breaking through more and more and more in 2023. Definitely. Done with Pisces. Thank you so much for doing that for me, Mountain Girl. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. So here we go. Virgos. love Virgos. Well, not really, because then I have to look at myself. You got to remember too, it depends on where your signs are. Gemini is going to probably be very effective this month by all the planets. It's that push me, pull me doll kind of a thing. So just if you have Gemini in your sign at all, definitely going to be affected by that. All right, Divine, what do you have to say for the Virgos? Virgos for the full moon, for the new moon. What do you have to share with them? Star. Again, we're moving towards more of light. We're moving more towards things that are positives, things that are for our future. Opportunity for work of some type for some Virgos. And that's that beautiful uncaging. I don't know what that is. So it's either an opportunity for a new job, opportunity for a new adventure that's maybe bring you a side gig. They call it, I don't know what they call it, hustle. I don't like that because back in the old day, a side hustle was negative. It was like, you know, going to steal some money or do drugs or something like that for you young people. Now you call it a side gig. I like that better. But this is something to do with money. It might be even selling something to make a couple bucks. Maybe you want to go through your house and just clean out stuff and sell it on Mercari or Etsy or whatever. There's some more opportunity coming. You may not even have thought about it yet, but it's going to come before the end of the middle of the month. But it definitely has something to do with that because you've got the Ace of Pentacles, you've got Temperance, you've got the Five of Wands, some struggles and fights there moving forward. This is more of a personal note. Chariot, and then we have the the Eight of Wands again. What does that all mean together? It means that this is an internal struggle again with you. Okay, because this is your current card. This is the anger, this is the retaliation, the jealousy, and acknowledging something that is going on to create that. That's that negative energy. For some, they're like, well, I'm not angry. I don't want to retaliate anybody. I'm not jealous. There is something going on with the negative energy. Could be you're doubtful on yourself. Oh, I can't make money. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. I will tell you right now, when I started doing YouTube, I had known nothing. Zero, had no clue. Didn't even like my picture being taken, let alone be in a video. So I had to learn. Does it make me any money? No, it doesn't. Maybe every now and then when a donation comes in, but am I happy? Is this my passion? Is this what I want to be doing? Yes, it does. Could it make money in the future? I don't know. I'm talking about my other channel. I have a leather channel as well. The Leather Lady LLC is my big channel. But the thing is that this, yeah, I enjoy doing. So you have to sort of look at what it is. Somebody's got their idea, but they haven't put their foot in the water. They haven't put their step forward to try to do something because they're doubting themselves. They don't think they can do it. They come up with the negative excuses. Virgo, you're really good at that. And sometimes the Virgos analyze things way too much. We think too much. We try to analyze something too much. And then we end up fighting with ourselves. This is not a fight about other people around you per se. Maybe it is. However, you're listening to the noise. And some people are saying, well, what is the noise? What do you mean by noise? You're listening to other people's opinions rather than going with your spirit is telling you to do. Go forward with it. I'll make sure that you have what you need to get it done. And that I is the divine, or whatever you want to call divine. This is saying that this is your passion, your goal. I want you to do this right now because you're going to be touching somebody else. It's never about you alone. It's always about touching other people out there. Okay. And if you move on it, if you say, okay, I'm going to shoot for it, then he's going to open the doors. He's going to open the doors. And whatever it is, if this is an adventure that you want financially, if it's a relationship, if this is love, whatever it is, but I say that because it has to do with the Ace of Pentacles in the very beginning with your career, go for it. Go for it. What do you have to lose? because money will always come and go and you'll always be able to make more money. However, what I'm saying, why you go for it, somebody's got negative energies towards it. Like, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. People tell me I'm not good at it, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't mean if you weren't even good at it, Virgo, that it doesn't mean it's not going to open a door to something else. So whatever you get into may open a door to something else that divine wants you to go to. This is that uncaging, that beautiful phase. Okay. And then you're beginning to follow your heart and everything that goes forward. And it's going to move fast. Somebody's trying to talk to you about something, about an opportunity, or somebody's going to talk to you about an opportunity, or they're going to say, yes, go for it. If that person's supporting you, keep them as a friend. Those ones that say, oh, you can't do it. Oh, it's going to cost you money. How are you going to do it? They're not a spiritual person. They don't believe in the supernatural. And they're just going to hold you back. Okay. So find those that are going to support you, move with you, and keep you moving forward. As long as it stays in, he just reminded me, as long as it stays in high integrity and high morals and high standards for yourself, that's your authentic self. It's when you start getting into these dark negative things, that's when anxiety, depression, frustration, anger issues, road rage, all that negative garbage is because you're spinning around that negative dark energy, which you need to get. Where's a light? And I'll just shine it on it, kind of a thing. All right. So, Divine, is there anything for Virgos? Yeah, listen to me. I heard. Listen to me. I can't make this up. Hierophant. Listen to him. Trust me. Woo! That's your guide. That's your guide. Okay? Stop doubting yourself, Virgo. Stop. You're doubting yourself. You can do whatever this is that you're planning on doing. If it's a person, a relationship, you can do this. Work on it. Nothing happens without work. Nothing. Whether you're researching or whatever. Yeah, you're building a foundation. So if you're in a new relationship, guys, you're building a foundation. Where do you want that foundation to start? Don't start it out with lies. Don't start it out with being fakey. Don't start it out with that, because you're going to end up with no relationship. And then you really will be mad. But this is about nourishing and taking care of it and building a solid foundation for the future. Number 4, you got 2 number 4s. That's for the future. You got 2 number 5s. This is where the unstable part is. This is where the work is. This is where it's like, hey, I'm trying to open a door. Pay attention. All right? Yeah, stop thinking so much, Virgos. 3rd number 4. Okay, stop thinking so hard. This person is depressed and frustrated and not happy. This Virgo is just like thinking way too much, way into your head. You're not listening to your spirit. You got the Hierophant. You got the number 4. You've got Temperance. We had the Star at the very beginning. Yeah. You're trying to do too much. Oh, gosh, I know. He's probably trying to talk to me about it, because I am. I'm trying to do too much, and I'm trying to hone in on that. Okay? Welcome, Iowa King. Horse. Good. But you got the 2 of Pentacles, and then you got the Tower again. So this will change your life if you really begin to think a little bit differently, and allow things to happen. Stop doubting. Whenever you start to doubt yourself, Virgos, or you start to think negative, catch yourself. I did this trick before we go on to the next one. I did this trick with my daughter one time. We were in a theme park, and she was so negative that time. I just couldn't handle it anymore. And I told her, I said, what I would like you to do today, just today only, if you could do me a favor, is every time you think of a negative thing or that you want to talk about, just catch yourself saying it or thinking it. And then just at the end of the day, tell me how many times you did it. She goes, well, I don't think negative. And I'm like, okay. But if you could just do that, that would, at the end of the day, she goes, oh my gosh, Mom, I did not realize how much I think negative. And I said, and that's how much you speak negative, and that's the energy you're bringing into your life. And then the law of attraction, you're getting the wrong boyfriends, you're getting the wrong jobs, you're getting the wrong girlfriends, you're getting the wrong relationships. making the wrong decisions because you're focused on the wrong thing. I don't know who that's for or why he wanted me to share that, but there's that. All right, Virgos. Looks like you got some work this month. But the great thing about the end of the month, Virgos, is the bubbles are going to clear. You're going to see it and you're going to go, hallelujah, because it's going to be a lot easier. And it's going to be a lot more pleasant. And you're going to see the light a little bit more. I'm not a psychic, guys. I just hear my downloads. I see, I feel, whatever. Okay, so now we are going on to Capricorns. Capricorns. Alrighty. So Capricorns divine, what kind of message do you have for Capricorns? Don't forget, guys, if you like what I'm doing or if you enjoy it, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate it. Be sharing and I don't think YouTube, I don't know. I don't pay attention to the algorithms and all that kind of stuff. I try to, but I'm just too busy to do that. But please like and subscribe if you can. I think my channel's pretty much stayed where it's at for like, I don't know. If Felix is still here, it's probably the last 6 months, probably. I've just been too busy working. So, and there's so many people that do tarot. Sadly, a lot of it is full of bunk. Because I'll even watch them and I'm like, how can they do this? Because love is not always in somebody's picture. So how could you do love tarot all the time? And I'm not picking on anybody in specific. I just don't understand that. Because not love is going to be in everybody's life that week. In that manner, you know. And I've even did it just to see if it was for me. And I was like, it never happens. So anyway, here we go. So we are going to Capricorns, right? Capricorns. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Remember I said in the very beginning, Capricorns, that we are going to be fighting. It's almost like spiritual and physical, like the mind and body is not jiving. That is definitely happening. Somebody is just stressed out. They're not seeing the goodness in things. They're not seeing the things around them, the bigger picture. Again, remember I was just talking with Virgos about that negative, you know, speaking negative, being negative, all that kind of stuff. So somebody out there is stressing on all the negative things that are happening, all the positive, not the positive that's happening. This is creating I hate to say this, I don't even like to say this, a new person in the wrong way. So if you continue to do this, you start becoming angry, you start becoming hating the world, you start becoming agoraphobic, which means that you don't go outside, you just want to stay inside. This is sort of almost the reverse of the uncaging and the blessing that has coming for you towards the end of the month. And this is something that divine is saying, be really, really, really careful what you're doing. Because your Queen of Cups is your next card. That's your intuition. That's your heart, your spirit that talks to your soul. And there's this opportunity coming, but you're going to be holding yourself back. I don't know what this is. This is an opportunity of the heart. It is not an opportunity. This is something that you desire and that you want, and you're going to lose out on that opportunity unless you flip this thinking around. This is the Ace of Cups in the center. This is an offering of everything that you liked and desired and want to do. However, you are listening to the wrong thing. Okay, you're focused in on what's happening right now at the moment, rather than looking at the future. Oh yeah, hypothetically, I don't even know if this is a Capricorn out there or not. But say I just got dumped and you're just looking at everything about, oh, well, they're an asshole. They're this, they're that. Oh, they did this, they did that. You're putting the blame somewhere else. However, you're focused in on what's happening right at the moment, rather than saying, okay, one, did I have Were you guys fighting all the time? Did I pay attention to their perspective? Did I listen to what they had to say? Did I, turning that mirror and saying, hey, but then the other thing too is looking at the positive side. Well, okay, it is painful. It does hurt. I don't want to go through this, but is there something that I'm supposed to be learning and growing and moving forward for? You're thinking here, you're not thinking in the future. There wasn't a good foundation with this person or relationship or whatever this is. You weren't even paying attention to your intuition. You knew it was probably not right in the first place. However, this is a good thing because you're moving forward and you're moving away from this situation. And you're also moving away from this mindset. This is like a new door opening for you because you're going to stop thinking so much with this Saturn energy, and this Cancerian energy, and you're going to be moving to the Uranus energy. More go with the flow, more easygoing, more, because whatever is going on right now is creating something that you don't want to be in. Does that make sense? So lighten up the reins on that horse. Everybody's like, what? When you ride a horse, a lot of people ride with a tight rein, which you're really not supposed to. You're supposed to ride with your legs. So when you're pulling back on that horse all the time, the horse's mouth gets sore. Lighten him up, let it out, and let the horse go at his own pace. All right. Celebration was at the bottom, 3 of Cups. Celebration will come if you really lighten up. Capricorns, lighten up. All right. Can I get a clarification on the Ace of Cups, please? I would really love to know what type of opportunity or what is coming forward. Is there something in love, in work, in whatever? Was it that's moving forward for the Capricorns? Oh, okay. Can you clarify just a little bit more, please? So we have the 6 of Pentacles. I love it. This is a give and take situation. This is something where you're going to actually be helping somebody else. This is the number 6. This is something that's going to be moving forward in progress to bring you rewards. So the reward will be that you'll be more at peace. One of the words, because you got financial here, but you'll be bringing in probably more money because your mindset changes. Nobody wants to be around a negative nanny. Somebody is going to be wanting to be around you more and to help and support you more. And you're going to want to do the same. It's sort of like, thank you. So they recognized that, sometimes we pay it forward. So you go to McDonald's or you go through Starbucks and you say, can I buy them a coffee behind me? Oh yeah, sure. And then you buy them a coffee and they're like, oh, thank you. And they're driving a BMW or they're driving a Mercedes, which they didn't really need the coffee. But if you turn around and say, can I buy that child's school money? Or the child's behind in their school lunch, can I buy them lunch? Then you're doing something good and something that actually is moving and opening a different door. Because when you have that person behind you that has a BMW or a Mercedes and you just bought them a coffee, their mindset is not the same as somebody who's hungry and can't pay to have their kids have lunch at school. So if you go and say, can I, pay for so-and-so's lunch for the month or the week or a few days so that they can have food, there's a different mindset from that parent or that child saying, oh my God, I'm so hungry and this is great. It's paying it forward in a different manner. Does that make sense to somebody? Because I don't know why he had me share that, but that really there's a give and take that you'll be doing. Where you put your money is going to be really important in how you go ahead and put it forward. It's going to be forward to help people, or are you going to, hold it in and hoard it and not help people as well. But this whole mindset for you guys is going to change if you let go of the reins. Use the Uranus energy. Don't use the Saturn energy. It will be restrictive till the middle of the month. You'll be having a hard time moving forward with it. However, at the middle of the month, you're going to say, you know what? I'm going to go with the flow more. I'm not going to think about it. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to let divine work. Let him have the reins. What's that song? Jesus, take the wheel. definitely take the wheel and watch what happens with that car and where it takes you, because that's the leader that you want to follow. Okay. Woo. All right. So sorry. I get going because he just gets me going. I mean, this is, and I didn't expect it. I didn't expect this to be that long, but when he gets me going, he gets me going. All right. So Capricorns, that is your reading. We're going to go on to Taurus. Go on to Taurus. Tauruses are an interesting sign. I love Taurus. I think my brother is a Taurus, if I remember right. He's in Wisconsin, and I'm way in Oregon. I don't think we've seen each other. No, we haven't. We haven't seen each other since we had to meet up for my brother's murder. My brother was murdered in 94. I haven't seen him since 94 in Florida. Yeah. It's been a while. All right. Taurus. What do you got for Taurus, Divine? What message do you have for Taurus today? You're going to talk about love. You're going to talk about work. You're going to talk about, he says self-improvement. Okay. We all need that. What are you talking about? Okay. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, things that you long for. Are these upside down? Ooh, that one should have been upside down. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is the Earth sign. Ace of Pentacles seems to be an opportunity for something for you guys to make some money or add money or something on the Earth signs. Definitely. Okay. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Wands. Beautiful. That's releasing burdens and things of that nature. Queen of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the Sun. Okay, so I love to show the cards. Some people don't too, but I wish I was savvy enough. I'm trying to get a camera so that it's over the top so you guys can actually see the cards. I'm working on that. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how to get that. I guess my daughter's like, Mom, they're called scenes. They're not that hard. And I'm like, but I got to get the camera to go over the top. So I got to figure this out. 2023 is going to be a good year for YouTube. All right. Taurus, what do we got going on here? Somebody's not listening to somebody. Definitely. Got Pentacles going on. Something to do with your work and making money. An opportunity that will open a door to help you ease the pain or the struggle or what is going on. The one thing that you cannot see right now is not what, how does he put that? What you cannot see at the moment doesn't mean what is going to be for the future. So what you've got going on financially or with work or whatever, it's trying to release a burden. Again, this beautiful uncaging has to do with you, I think, more on a financial note. Whether you're trying to go to school and you're not sure what the decision is to make school, you got to really listen to your spirit where you want to go. If this is you and you're a student in college and you want to go to school, where is it that you want to go? What do you want to study? Don't waste time. I mean, you may change your major in the middle. However, you may continue to go on with that. How many people have got degrees and are not working in the industry that you got your degrees? I've got two. I got one in nutrition and fitness, and I got one in criminal justice. Why? Because that's not my purpose and my calling. And did I make those decisions? Yes, I made them by a worldly thought process and not a spiritual thought process. So I'm much happier now doing what I'm doing than I've ever been in the things that I wanted to do. I did love nutrition and fitness because I did enjoy bodybuilding. Very shallow sport though. Anyway, so what is it? Because you have the Queen of Swords at in the center. So there's somebody that you're not listening to. You don't want to hear the truth. And you really need to hear the truth. Put your big big boy pants on or put your girl panties on, whatever you want to call it, and really listen to the truth. Because when somebody tells you over and over something, there has to be some truth to it. It's just that sometimes our earthly self doesn't want to hear the more constructive criticism because we think it's destructive. Oh, you just think I'm... No, this is about actually constructive criticism from somebody that really, really knows you, or somebody that you're asking. If you don't know somebody, don't ask their opinion, because you don't know their journey. You don't even know their morals. You don't know their integrity or anything. Don't ask them, okay? You have the Queen of Swords and you have the King of Coins side by side, or the King of Pentacles side by side. What does that mean? It's a power couple. They're not the same couple, but they know how to work things and do things. So whatever it is, get the research, understand how to do something. It's like me with YouTube. Learn how to do it, and it's going to make you money. It's going to release the burden. It's going to release it. It's going to get rid of any anxiety or frustration or anything of that nature, because now we're going to go back to that analogy from where we did in the beginning with the bathtub and the bubbles, because the bubbles are all there and you can't see anything, but as they dissipate, you're going to be able to see things more clearly. In the center of the month, you're going to say, oh, okay, yeah, this is what I want to do, where I want to go. I'm going to shut everybody out. They go away. I'm not going to listen to you, and then keep moving forward. Thank you. So he's saying you're a car going down the road on your GPS, and you got somebody over here telling you, no, go turn here, take this exit. And then you got somebody in the back seat saying, no, go over here. And you're like trying to get to point B, and you're like, I'm just shutting you guys out. I'm hitting that, and I'm paying attention to my GPS, which is your focus, your mindset, and to keep moving forward. Stop listening to the noise, because you're going to miss out on this opportunity, whatever it is. Yeah, again, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So now you got the Queen and you got the King. You got a power couple. So you might have a power idea. You might have a powerful something in your back pocket that you don't even know that is going to come to fruition, or it's going to let you be known, definitely, that it's there. And it's either the seed's going to be planted and you're going to start working on it, or you're going to actually, you already know it. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to stop listening to everybody. I'm going to do my thing. You do your thing. Do your thing. Because at the end of the day, this number 4, to follow the leader, what are you following? Are you following them and their decisions, their choices, their opinions? Or are you following yours? Your authentic self. Because that's where the number 4, that's where the foundation and the basis is. So who are you listening to? You getting the foundation and basis from everybody outside, or are you going to follow what you need to do to get your blessing? Go get it. Go get it. The thing is, with blessings, they try to hold you back. Go after it. It's something you desire, something that you want. But again, if you look at what he is sitting on, he's sitting on a wood bench. He won't sit there that long. The opportunity will pass. So it's there for you to grab. Go get it. And then reap the rewards and enjoy it and make it a solid foundation. Start thinking positive. Okay, start thinking positive, Taurus. Because if you keep allowing that negative or the doubt, whatever, you're holding yourself back for your own desires and what he has in store for you. Go get it. You own it. Go get it. All right. All right, Taurus, that is you. And we are moving on to the fire signs. Fire signs, fire signs, fire signs. All right. We're moving on to the fire sign. All righty. Oh, wow. Knight of Pentacles. It is a slow process of moving, you guys. Fire signs. Aries. I know Felix is probably, if he's still there, he's probably saying, come on, Leos, do the Leos. I got to do them the way Design told me to do them, or Divine told me to do them. Hang on there. It's coming. Definitely. Things are moving slow. We think that they're moving. They're not moving as fast as we want them to. Okay. The month of, yeah, I know. You're waiting. I'll hurry. But definitely things are moving slow again through January, but they're going to speed up towards the end of the month. You just got to be a little bit more patient. You just got to be a little bit more patient. All right, Aries, what's in for the Aries divine? What do you want to share with the Aries, please? Six of Pentacles. Boy, lots of Pentacles. More about career. Again, this is about give and take. Where you giving? Where you taking? Oh, I hear manipulation. Manipulation. Somebody's telling somebody that they need money, but not for the thing that they're sharing. So they're not being honest. Now, this might be somebody you know, not you per se, okay? Aries. Somebody's holding back in sharing for some reason too. Maybe you've loaned money to somebody and they never paid it back, or maybe you have that fear that they're not going to pay you back. I don't know who that is. Definitely. Yeah. So we have the 10 of Wands there. There is a fear of creating more struggle, more burdens, hassles. Or maybe somebody is already doing that to you. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles. We have the Strength card and the Temperance card side by side. Interesting. So Divine, what do you want me to share with Aries? You can't, for Aries, this is something that I think there was a relationship that actually ended fairly quickly that had to do with money or work. It could have been a loan, could have been work, could have been you spent it in the wrong place. It didn't end like, I'm going to give you a hypothetical because I don't know how to explain this because I keep seeing something. Is that you bought a car, it was a used car, you put maybe $1,000, $2,000 into it, and the good person had said that it was supposed to run, it was a good car, it didn't run, it died shortly after, so you wasted your money on it. You tried to look into getting it fixed and it was a dead deal. So it's sort of that thing that sort of happened. I don't know what that is for somebody, that you put the money into it, you invested in it, it didn't work out the way it was supposed to, and that's okay because money it will come back to you as long as you stay obedient. It'll come back to you tenfold. I don't know who that's for, and that's a separate thing. I don't know why that came through. Okay, so just know that it was supposed to end, that it's actually going to be better once you realize it was supposed to end. Okay, that's that Saturn and Uranian energy. Okay, because we have the 9 of Pentacles in the center. Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. There is something going on here. Somebody is like going through something where they just don't feel like they have the strength to go through anymore. And they're just tired. Ooh, I don't like I think a lot of the reason why the things that are not turning out, you have to have the strength to not be so Aries, you not be so spontaneous, so impulsive. You need to hold back. You get angry at yourself because you jump into stuff and it doesn't last, it doesn't work, it doesn't do those things. And that's just because that you jump into stuff, and you need to have more strength, more patience to allow things to happen. That Uranus energy. That's okay. Mountain Girl needs to step away. That is just fine. These are getting sort of long. All right, so you have to have some more strength, have more patience, more time. Give yourself more time, more energy. Definitely. Okay, and pay attention to your intuition. whatever ended quick, whatever was supposed to end quick, somebody was taking for somebody. Somebody was taking, and you didn't realize it. That's possibly maybe that door, the divine was saying, this is a hard read. Aries, you're having a hard read. Is that beautiful door, somebody was taking, you didn't see it. That closing of the door might have made you angry. That closing of the door might have really frustrated you. It's like, okay, I gave them everything and they just left. It's because they were using, they were manipulating. It wasn't a good thing. But divine was trying to show you that you got to be careful in who you trust. Okay? You got to pay attention to your intuition. This is where your strength comes in. This is where the flesh versus the spirit. Again, where are you listening? Where are you going in the future? Who are you getting mad at, and why are you getting mad at them? Because you made your own bed. Unfortunately, you made your own decision. Now, this might not be you. This might not be you. This might be somebody that's coming at you or that you see. Share it with them. This energy of communication is really, really hard. Wheel of Fortune. So it is your own decision. It's your decision to definitely pay attention to that. Okay. Whatever choices you make. It does take strength to step away from something, but you need to have that balance. If it's not bringing you balance and peace in your life, you need to step away from it. I'm surprised I didn't see the death card. Death card, a lot of people like, oh my God, the death card. No, it's just separation. It's time to take the energy just for a moment and pay attention to yourself. Okay. That Virgo energy of stepping away, analyzing, looking in the mirror and looking at things and how you're doing it. So don't miss out on a beautiful opportunity by holding this grudge of whatever happened quickly. So just keep moving forward. This is definitely the month to keep moving. Even if you move at a snail pace, just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving forward. All right. All right, Aries, that is you. So we're going to move on to Sagittarius real quickly. I know this is getting long. Sagittarius. And then Leos. Sagittarius. Divine, what do you have for Sagittarius today? The Emperor. Power. Divinity. Are these So we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Four of Pentacles, lots of Pentacles today. The King of Swords. The Star. Woohoo! Amazing that they would put the Evil Queen as a star. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so who's basically stuck on one thing? It's like you don't have any Sagittarius, you don't have any, you got to sort of expand your mindset a little bit. Somebody's really stuck on one thing and they don't want to change and they want to leave it and they want to make sure that it's almost like stability. Even if it was not good for them, they're going to stay there. Okay, open the door. There's a key, open the door. There is something for you to open, but if you don't keep an open mind about it, you're not going to be able to do anything with it. Okay, the Four of Pentacles, you want to hold on to this, whatever this is. Let go of it. Let go of it, because you got to be honest with yourself. The King of Swords is all about talking to themselves and being truly honest with themselves about what you want, what you desire, where you want to go. Okay, again, the Star. Looking at more of the spiritual versus the worldly side, looking at the physical side versus your spiritual side, your mindset, where that goes. The Seven of Coins, Seven of Pentacles, your opportunities, what you want to do, where you want to go. You're limiting yourself, whether it's your mindset. It has to be your mindset, because you're not allowing yourself to grow. You're not allowing yourself to move out. Somebody needs to allow themselves to move out. Don't get mad at yourself that nothing's happening. Don't get mad at yourself, or if you know somebody that is like this. then don't get mad at yourself. Just say, okay, where can I change this energy? Where can I change this to move forward? And the way that you do that is you change mindset. How to do that? Videos on Get Balance 2020, my other channel. There's lots of things how to transform your mindset to a more positive, successful mindset. Okay. But you've got to learn that whatever this closed-mindedness, Sagittarius, is not helping you move forward. It's holding you back. Okay. So I don't know who that's for, definitely. And you can't do it alone. You cannot do it alone. And you're trying to analyze it, or somebody's trying to analyze it, and you're analyzing it sort of upside down, because I see a boat upside down. So you're trying to analyze it incorrect. You got Temperance again. Patience. You're going to have patience with yourself. Love yourself. Have patience with yourself. Open your mind up a little bit. Okay, thank you. So he's saying, your perspective is one way, but there are other people's perspectives, how to open up your mindset. Even if you don't agree with them, open up your mindset. This is about change. This is about moving forward. It's not a fast process. It's not going to be a fast process. Okay, and like the Temperance card, it's going to be a give and take. It's going to be a give and take. This could be somebody at your work. This could be something to do with somebody at your work. This could be somebody at school. This could be some partnership. This could be something that's happening with a lover. This, thing, this opportunity. Are you staying with the wrong person? And that's a toxic relationship. And is it an energy vampire that's holding you back? Because you're obviously, the King of Swords in the center is definitely the key thing. Yeah. Again, we have we have the Emperor again. Okay. Very powerful energy. And then we also have the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups being that you can have everything, but you cannot have everything if you have a closed mind. Because it's not always one way or the highway. Because in this earth, we have to live on this earth, but our spiritual person is different. Our helpers are not here. However, it's not just black and white on this planet. There is gray. There's just a gray section. So it's go with the flow. You can't go with the flow 100%, and you can't be strict 100%. You can't be my idea or the highway idea. You have to have a nice middle interim. And then that's where the moon energy comes in, where it's a win-win for everybody in the future, and your foundation changes, and you actually have a lot more peace. The stress comes out of your life a little bit more, and you get to move forward, because then you end up with the 10 of Cups, everything that you desire. Loosen up. Loosen up, Scorpio. Or Sagittarius. Loosen up. All right? All right. I know that's a hard one, because a lot of people are like, well, I'm not closed-minded. Ask your friends. Do you seem like I'm closed-minded? Do you think I'm closed-minded? Do you think, I could be a little bit more flexible? Do you think I could pay attention to other people a little bit more? Yep, you could. So really pay attention to that. All right, Leos, here we go. Felix, if you're still there. Here we go. Leos, we're moving on to Leos. Now remember, Leos, if you're just clocking in or checking in, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, appreciate it. We're looking at Divine's card is being the beautiful uncaging energy. It's the number 5. It's not a comfortable energy, but it's new. It's some opportunity that's new. We have the current energy, which is the Wasp. That is the number 3. Paying attention to your darker side, your anger, your frustration, your jealousy. I hear jealousy a lot with Leos. And then the future energy is about following the leader. Number 4, trying to build a better and more of a solid foundation, Leos. You got to build a better foundation. More solid foundation. All right. So Divine, what do we have for Leos? Wheel of Fortune. It's your choice. Everything's our choice. We have the choice to love or not love. Do you know that? Which is like, oh, do you love me? Yes. That's a choice, whether to love somebody or not to love somebody. All right. Leos, Leos, Leos. My Leos. Okay, so there's been a seed that's been planted that you're not going to be able to see right at the moment. There's things that are going to be working towards that. That's that Cancer, that's the full moon. Things are sort of stuck at the moment. However, they are moving. They are moving, but you're just not going to see it yet, quite yet. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Five of Swords, or Five of Wands. Ah, sorry, this is in the center. And this Three of Swords can also mean that it's painful to work and it's hard to work to get to where you want to go. It doesn't mean that somebody's causing you pain or anything. Something could be very hard to do and it could be really sort of painful to get through it. It's a challenge. A challenge. And then we have the Chariot, and then we have the the Page of Wands, excuse me. So definitely there is something to do with getting through this challenge or this work, because I keep hearing the word challenge. So there is something that is possibly being challenging to you. It's a new seed. It's something that maybe you want to do, place that you want to go, somebody you want to be with. I don't think it's somebody that you want to be with. I think it's something that you want to do or grow. And it has to do with a possible opportunity. It has to do with some opening of a door. However, you're fighting, this is just the general energy for the month. You're fighting yourself. Again, this energy, Leo, that you are fighting against yourself. Your spirit wants to do it, you don't. It's your spirit saying, no, don't do this, or yes, go ahead and do it. And you're like, but. Well, there's no buts about it. Just listen to your spirit of what you want to do, because it's going to move you away from anything that's going to cause frustration or challenge. Because remember, towards the end of the month, when the planets are changing, then you are actually moving forward and it's going to become easier. So with the Pentacles starting out, with the Seven of Pentacles starting out, it's saying that, yeah, I have worked hard. I have done things hard. I have sweat. I've gone through, like when I talk at work, it's like, you know what? You might think that I'm a manager, or you think I might just stand around. No, I'm delegating, I'm thinking, I'm processing, because I've done the hard work where you guys are. I have worked my way up the ladder. That is hard work. And now I have be able to reap those rewards of being able to look at, stand and see what's happening in the future. Okay. But for the Page of Wands, that's the new beginning of something. And that's what Divine is saying. There is a new beginning. Yes, you've done the hard work. Yes, you've gone through some of the stages. Yes, you need to do this. Now, this is Pentacles. So I don't know if this is work for you. I'll do a clarification, because there's been a lot of struggles through it. There's a lot of challenges and stuff. And there is pain when you have to work through all kinds of things. But you are moving out of whatever that is. Now it's going to become easier. Now, if it's something, because it's the number 5, maybe you started learning something. This could be this. I'm saying this is around probably your career, because if you learn something and it's going to bring you money, or you've done the hard work, or you see things in the future, it just takes a little bit more time. Again, that word patience I keep hearing, because it has been planted. It's going to happen. It is going to come to fruition. Now you're going to be tested through the rest of the month. Okay, I don't know what that test is for you, Leos, but just be really mindful not to pay attention to the noise around you and what everybody says. Just stay focused. Get your car, put your GPS on, stop listening. We'll take that exit. Go this way. No, do this. Go that way. Just put that GPS on, which would be your spiritual guide, and have them guide you through it. And this is going to be a lot easier at the end of the month. And you will have set a new foundation. I don't know what that seed is, but that new foundation, whatever that is for you, you'll set a new seed, and it is a solid, positive seed where you're supposed to go, because it's the number 4. Okay. We look at the number 4 in stability and strength and foundation and building on things. Okay. All right. So let's see. What I'd like to get clarification on, please, Divine, is this 3 of Swords. It's sort of in the middle. However, things are relating around work. I don't know if this is where you want me. Why did they say she? She? Maybe it has to do with a she. I don't know. There's been a lot of struggle and fight in the past to get where you are right now, Leos. A lot of struggle, a lot of fight. It's going to get easier. I love it. I love it. It's going to get easier for you. This year, 2023, is going to get easier. Gotta listen to your intuition. You're not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to that spiritual side. You're not listening to divine, that spirit talking to your soul. You're bucking it. You're fighting it. And that's what's throwing your balance off. Okay? That's what's bucking it, and you're throwing your balance off. You're throwing your your timing off. Excuse me. And it's like, okay, thank you. He showed me a fence. So somebody is on one side of the fence and then they flop to the other side. One side of the fence, they flop to the other side. You have to choose what side of the fence that you're going to go on. It's sort of like that car with the GPS. Are you going to go down the lane, or are you going to listen to doubt? You're going to listen to friends. You're going to listen to this. You're already on a path. It's already been planted. Now you got to pay attention to yourself. I had the Hermit card first off, and I thought, no, I won't do that. But it's pay attention and analyze things for yourself, for your own self, your own journey. Because you're on both sides of the fence, and it's creating you stress. It's creating you pain. So pick a side of the fence that you want to go on and go for it. Just like was it Sagittarius or Aries? Go for it. Own it. It's yours. Take it. It's not going to come to you. Take it. That's where the pain is. For somebody, it's that you want it to come to you. It's not going to. And you're not listening to your intuition at all, because it's in reverse. Stop. You're challenging, you're struggling yourself. However, you got to get off that side of the fence. You got to move forward. And the only way you're going to move forward, Leos, is get off the fence and pick a side and go. And know that there is going to be challenges. There might be pain. There might be struggling. There might be some of that. It's sort of like, I don't know how to put it any other way. I'm really sorry, and I don't mean to disrespect anybody. It's somebody coming out being gay and saying I am gay or I'm a lesbian or whatever. It's very scary, but it's very hard because it is challenging. You know that there's going to be some people that don't accept it and some do, and there is some heartache in it, because most of the time the ones that you think that are going to accept it, they don't. Then there's heartbreak there. So that's what I'm saying is, if you pick something and you go with it, there might be a little bit of pain, but that truth and that honesty and that moving out of it, this is the Cancer energy. This is the Saturn energy. This is the full moon energy, that it isn't going to be easy, but it's going to get you unstuck and moving forward, and you're going to be happy with your decision, and you're going to be relaxed, and you're going to move forward because you did the hard work. You've already done the hard work, and the seed has been planted. So move, go. Take it. Again, I don't know whose sign that was for, but go and take it. You've done the hard work. And if it's scary, it's okay to be scary. Just know that divine is right there unlocking a new door for you, some new exciting adventures, something that is going to grow into what you're supposed to have, the purpose and the calling. It's also going to set a new foundation. It's like a reset for you guys. But you got to get off the fence. I keep seeing this. I don't know, it's like a Western fence. And it's like both sides are open and nobody's stepping on them. It's like you're sitting on the middle of the fence and you're hurting your craw because you can't make a decision. I see somebody sitting on there and they keep shifting their butt because it hurts. Don't ask me how I come up with it. I don't. But Leos, that's your message for up until the new moon. And just know that as we get to the new moon and towards the end of the month, it's going to be easier and easier. Those bubbles, those bathtub bubbles, are going to start to dissipate towards the 21st or 20th, because you've taken that Mercury energy, that Mercury retrograde energy, that's so hard to discuss and so hard to make a decision, so hard to make. It's so hard because Saturn and Mercury and Mars are all bang, 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 restrict, don't do it, don't say it, don't. When Uranian energy is coming up and Venus energy is coming up, and it's like, it's okay. Now you're onto a new thing, something exciting and something new. All right. Woo! That was a big one. Sorry, Felix, if that's too short and took too long, but I appreciate you hanging out there. All right. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, guys. I appreciate it if you do. All right, let's go. Where are we going next? We're going to Libras. Libras. Okay, Libras. Divine, what do you have for Libras, please? Libras, for the full moon that we have going on at this moment. These positive energies. Positive Cancerian energies. They're fighting. They're really, really fighting, though. They're fighting Saturn. They're fighting Mercury. Definitely. Feeling stuck. Come on, Libras. What can we do for Libras, Divine? What can we do for Libras? Five of Wands. Five of Wands. That's in. It's actually in reverse. Very interesting. In reverse. All right. Libras. Mm-hmm. Interesting. A lot of new energy, but also too somebody. We have the Judgment card in reverse. A partnership possibly broken because it's the number 2 as well. Somebody being really immature because they just, it's somebody like somebody shut down, didn't want to talk about it. I can see that with this Cancer moon. Okay, so we have Judgment in reverse. We have the Fool. You're welcome, Felix. The Ace of Wands. Knight of Wands. And the Six of Wands. So definitely something going on that somebody had sort of a more of an immature side, somebody that was not talking, somebody who wasn't really paying attention to what they needed to be paying attention. This all has to go around communication. I don't know what that is for Lee, but it's just sort of like the opportunity to talk about something was there, but they didn't take it. That's typical energy for the full moon that's going on right now. That this person just didn't want to talk about it. However, that opportunity is going to come up again towards the middle of the month. I would not judge them because whatever they're going through, this other person or this person, if this is you, this is a new thing for them to be able to open themselves up, to talk about themselves, to share things about themselves. They have a side that they really don't talk about. So just be really, really gentle in how you handle that. Remember, your perspective is not their perspective. And so just be really, really gentle in how you handle that. In fact, look at their perspective first before you say anything. This is a really gentle time to show kindness and love towards that person. Because they just don't know how to go out and express themselves. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know because I don't know your situation. However, they just don't know how to express themselves. It's sort of like if you look at, no offense, but a lot of men, they don't know how to express themselves. Women are very emotional. We do, sometimes too much. But they don't know how to express themselves in the way that they think. So sometimes what men think is that if I do it this way, then it shows her that I love her or him or whatever. And then in all reality, it's not the other person's love language. And it's like, why'd you do that? So there's a little miscommunication on, but this beautiful opening for this to open up and talk and share and get the elephant out of the room. Also to become more vulnerable to someone. This is going to really, really help their insecurities. Making sure that you understand their side and their way and trying to help them and support them through that. that is going to actually really bring things more stable. Excuse me. And also bring things to, excuse me, a better way of understanding them. And it's going to build that foundation even stronger. You guys are going to get a lot closer. This is beautiful engaging for this. It's going to be a little bit of work to get through this process. It's going to take a little bit of time. But if you come with pure hearts and also openness, then you're going to be able to understand each other. So if you're having an elephant in the closet, well, what do you think about this? Why do you think that way? And they tell you, because remember, we're a lot of us are thinking with our human and our worldly mind, what we were taught, what we were trained, what we were brainwashed, all that kind of stuff, is that we're thinking of that. Okay. So I had a client that I just, I think last month or the month before, we were talking about this, is that about, their perspective is not the same. So if you just hold on, be really gentle, don't judge anybody, just say, okay, that's why a lot of anger is happening in this day, is because we'll look at somebody and it's like, are you stupid? Why'd you do that? Or you're driving in a lot of road rage. Why the heck did they do that? Blah, blah, blah. But if they lived in another country, or if they lived in a state where it's very assertive driving and they're weaving in and out, you're living in Oregon where it's not, and you're just sort of poking along and going around, is a very different way of life and culture. Okay. So this could be something with a very different culture. Maybe there's an interracial relationship. That definitely, that will take a lot more communication, but having the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands definitely is facing the Eight of Wands, this is definitely something that is great. It is a door that's going to open. So don't be afraid. This is an opportunity, and this is going to be a choice for somebody to talk about it. Okay, with the Wheel of Fortune. So talk about it. Okay, so here we go. Just give me some clarity. Clear those bathwater bubbles away, and so I can see the water itself. People are like, what? If you came in, we use the bathwater analogy because this is what the planets are doing for this month in the full moon, is that things are moving. They're sort of moving slowly, dissipating slowly to a more positive, more clear way of things, opportunities and new things happening. However, it's just like a bathwater full of bubbles. They gradually, and then you get clear water and you can see your legs, right? So that's the way that is. That's the way the month is going to be. So it's going to take time, but it's still moving and happening. All right. All right. Libras. Again, more communication. Somebody really wants to talk. Somebody really, really wants to talk. Somebody is afraid that they're going to be left out or don't want, or be abandoned if they don't talk about this elephant or whatever. And this is going to be a give and take conversation that you're going to have. This is going to be that Mercury Saturn energy. You're going to have to release some control of the conversation and allow that other person to talk. Now, this might be somebody coming at you that it's like, okay, they want to control the conversation all the time. So getting them to understand, hey, can I talk sometimes? I really want to share my opinion, or share my idea, or share, because it seems like you're controlling the situation all the time and I don't get a chance to express myself. You do it in a loving manner. You don't point you. You're always talking. You're always in control. You're always, no, whenever you start the conversation with you've just damaged that conversation and it's going to go in the toilet. Never start a conversation with you, because then that brings blame, that brings that anger, that hostility that is going to happen. That elephant will never get out of your room. Never. You will have that elephant and doo-doo everywhere. Okay. So again, when you're talking to this person, whatever, it's trying to move this relationship of whatever it is, whether it's work, it's love, it's family, whatever it is, it's trying to move it out of a situation of judgment, of pointing fingers, of being in a matter of, again, you. Is trying to open that door up, and somebody is definitely afraid that if they do talk to that person, they're going to be left alone, they're going to leave or whatever. You do it in love and you don't point fingers, and you'll be able to have effective communication. I do have on Get Balanced 2020 a video on effective communication that I did, and you will never fight again because it's a new way of communicating. So go on getbalance2020.com and look up effective communication. All right. So that's what's happening with you guys. It is about effective communication. Don't being judgmental. Don't start talking. I keep hearing the word gossip. Somebody's gossiping about people. Oh, you see them? Or my mother used to do this, and sometimes she would say, "Oh, look, she's so fat." I'm like, Mom, why would you do that? You don't know her journey. You don't know her walk. Do you think everybody wants to be that large? She was probably about 400 or 500 pounds. So do you think they want to be that way? They don't want to be that way. You don't know what's going on psychologically with them. Maybe they were abused as a kid. Maybe that's their coping mechanism. You don't know. All right. Anyway, move on from there. Libras, that was yours. Geminis, we got 2 more left. Geminis and Aquarius. All right. Geminis and Aquarius. I'm going to start out with this deck. I'm excited to get into my new decks. They're fun. I love fun. I love light. Not too fond of darkness. All right, Geminis, what we got? A lot of Geminis, you're going to be actually sort of affected by this Cancerian moon and also by Mercury and Mars, what's going on. So if you have Gemini in your signs, this will definitely be affecting you. But just remember, this is a win-win situation. Whatever is coming, just know that it's for good. All right. Definitely. A lot of money this time. Definitely a lot of money. A lot of money for this month. Interesting. Oh my. Opportunities everywhere. So you have the Page of Pentacles, and then you have the Fool facing the Page of Pentacles. So you have the Fool, the Page of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Cups, and you have the Four of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Swords. So what does that mean? We got to look back what the divine is saying in the very beginning. An opening of a door. So opening of a door to what? So something that may be opening again, that an opportunity for a new adventure in something financial. This is something that is pure, something that has not started, something that is something you desire. It is something so pure, it just probably is a seed right at the moment. Definitely a little nervous to take this chance, to step off the cliff, to be able to do it. You're going to have faith. Thank you. So I kept hearing faith. Have faith in whatever it is that this is going to be something that is supposed to happen, supposed to move forward to help you in all aspects, because you have the 10. This is a new beginning, something new starting. So when you start something new, yes, something has to go away. So you have to sacrifice something. So it might take a little bit more time. So you're sacrificing time to make something happen that you desire and you hope. Now, it may cost you a little bit of money. It may not. However, it is going to cost you in something, which is okay because you're growing yourself. Okay. So the divine is trying to open a door to grow yourself. This is something that you're going to have to step off the cliff, because I see a cliff and I see you stepping off. You just got to have faith in order to do that. Somebody's thinking too much about it rather than taking the leap of faith. Okay. You think about it too much, you're not going to take that leap, because you're going to find every doubt, everything that you're not going to want to do it for. Okay. So when you're sitting there taking that leap of faith, you're getting depressed about it. Well, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But, and you put all the buts in there, as far as like, I can't do this, but I really want to, but. Stop talking and take the leap. Okay. Because this is the number 4 again. Trying to build a solid foundation does not happen. You got to put your ducks in a row. Yes, you have to do your research and, plan A, plan B, plan C. However, when you go plan Z and ZZZ and ZZZZ and ZZ, then you're going way above and beyond, and you're not putting your ducks in a row. Now you're overthinking it and causing things to happen. There's an opportunity. Definitely an opportunity. You got to be truthful with yourself in what you're going to do and how you're going to move and how you're going to get it. Because this is beautiful. You've got everything in the middle that is waiting, but this is something that you're going to have to trust and take a leap of faith. This is a pure thing. This is something very, 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 very new and a very good idea. But your insecurities are holding you back. The number 3, and I heard insecurities because I looked at jealousy and I was like, no, it's not out of jealousy. It's out of insecurity that you want to take that leap. Well, what if it doesn't work out? Then it doesn't work out. Well, what if I lose money? Then you lose money. Money always comes and goes. Well, what if they never come back? Then they never come back. It wasn't meant to be. You know, if you want to go out and see if there's supposed to be a relationship with somebody, go for it. Again. Yeah, fear. So we have the 3 of Swords, the 8 of Wands, and Justice. So again, more opportunities to grow, to have rewards, to make things happen. But again, afraid to take that leap. There's fear to take that leap. What if I get hurt? What if I fall? Well, you skin your knee, you get back up. Put a Band-Aid on it, and you keep moving forward. And that means that that was not meant to be. That whatever or who was not meant to be. You keep moving forward. But fear is holding this person back, and you just don't want to take that leap. Okay, but you got to remember, this is going to be a win-win situation for everybody. You're building a new foundation is what you're doing. And that is really cool because it's in its infant stages and you can make it and grow it as far as I was telling this young man yesterday and sort of coaching him a little bit. And I said, you are your worst enemy. You're holding yourself back. Like, yeah, I am. I am holding myself back. So, you know, sometimes it just takes somebody to have you look in the mirror and it's like, yeah, why are you holding yourself back? Go get it. You deserve it. You own it. Own it. And go to the sky is the limit, guys. You know, take that leap, whatever it is. And as long as it's in good integrity and honesty, in love and compassion, and it's something for your good, not your bad or to hurt you, then definitely go for it. Because divine will show you the way. Definitely will. And if it's not meant to be, he'll take you off course and he'll say, nope, this is not where you want to go. And you will know if you pay your attention to your intuition, he will show you that, you know, I want you to stop here. I want you to go here. I mean, I took the leap of the faith with my business. And as soon as I did take that leap, doors opened all over the place. Okay. It's just waiting for you to take the leap to open the doors. All right. All right. Last one, Aquarius. Aquarius. Here we go. Divine, what do you want for Aquarius today? What message do you want to share with Aquarius? What door do you want to open? Since you are talking about beautiful uncagings. Flowers bloom. The Devil card and the Moon. Ah, flowers blooming. That would make sense. Everybody's like, oh my God, the Devil card. No, Aquarians, please understand that the Devil card is a separation. This is a good thing. This is a choice. You can either choose to stay and keep going through whatever it is, or you can reap the rewards. Thank you. I love this card because, well, I don't love the card, but I love how they depicted this card because, and he's having me look at it, is that he's showing that one of the tails is fire and the other one is grapes. The tail. And if you look at those, okay, so the tail, so you can have a hardship, you can stay in the worldly way, or you can have the grapes of the spiritual, and you're going to reap the rewards of everything. But if you really look close, the chains around their neck is very loose. And the Devil card is all about separation, breaking away from something, moving away from something. But it is also, do you want to stay in the fire? Do you want to reap the reward? Do you want to keep struggling? Do you want to go through the challenges? Do you want to really keep this negative, destructive way of living? Or do you want to actually finally change? And I could tell you a story right now because I just saw it come up, and change your life for the more positive. This is why he's saying this, because for you guys, this is Aquarians, a time to really make a decision to change your life. Okay. Things are not working out the way that you want. You get angry, you get frustrated, you get anxiety, you get depression, and the wasp just keeps stinging and stinging, stinging, stinging. Okay. And why does it keep stinging? Because the same pattern keeps happening over and over and over. You just haven't seen it yet, but you still keep getting bit. You still keep, whoever this is, you still keep um, coming back for that same thing over and over and over. It's like getting the same boyfriend over and over, a girlfriend over and over. So why do I keep picking the wrong ones? Why do this keep happening? Because you're not changing your mindset. There's a new mindset that needs to happen in order for that opportunity to come forth. Go through the little gate there. Okay. This is something in the future also too that is going to help you um, grow your finances as well. Okay. But this is definitely a spiritual battle because you have the high priestess, you have the light one is Jasheen, and then you have Boaz over here, which is dark and light. There's light and dark and everything. Light will always shine over dark. Definitely that is in the moon and the Cancer and everything. As far as at the end of the month after the new moon, you will see that the light will overshine the dark and things will begin to lighten up and things will begin to happen in the way that you want. But you have to know what you want, because look at all the choices that you have, and you don't let all the noise out there make you decide. You take your focus in and you put it on that centerpiece and you hone in on it, just like a GPS will to a destination. It's not going to stop until it gets there. No matter what route you take, it's just going to keep going until you get there, because those are the choices that you have. You can reroute that or you can do whatever, but it's still going to go back to that destination. Keep your focus. Keep your focus on that. Okay. There's that it's, you may not have seen things in the past and things may have been a little rough. But what I'm seeing here is that the sun is there, the light is there, but the dark is overshining right at the moment. Okay. I don't know who all that's for. So Aquarians, definitely it is time. It might be okay, it might have to take a move. Whether that's a physical move, like you just begin to move yourself to a healthier way of living and a more positive mindset and more spiritual way of thinking than the worldly, it might be that kind of move. It might be you need to move away from some toxic people. You may have to move physically away to break away from the bad patterns and the habits. It may be that you have to move out of a relationship. It may have to say, hey, I can't do this anymore. This is not the way I want to live anymore, whatever it is. However, make sure it's for the positive, for the in high integrity and morals. If somebody is lying and cheating and all that kind of stuff, yeah, move away from it because it's not going to change. If that's what their path is and that's what they want to do, but you want to move away from that, you want a healthy relationship, it might just take that time to move away. Okay. Might be a move away from a job. You might need to change jobs to get away from that, because this is a spiritual battle between to Boaz and Jasheen, which is the dark. She's the high priestess, so she's right next to the Hierophant. Okay, this is about bringing a partnership together, breaking a partnership to either grow back together, or it is to break the partnership completely, or it's to bring that partnership together. So maybe there's something going on that you're leaving right now and you don't even know that there's a partnership coming, but it's on its way. But this is all for the good. It's for something for new. Something's new and uncaging. Okay. You have the Seven of Swords, the Empress, and the Five of Swords. A lot of truth A lot of truth here. So Seven of Swords, like betrayal, something's hurt, something's not quite sure. Um, this is again your air signs. The taking that leap is really, really hard to do that, but loving yourself is the number one. Okay, so number one, or the number one thing is to love yourself, care about yourself, be compassionate about yourself. If somebody happens to be in a situation where, you know, having a baby or you're in the process of finding out they're having a baby or whatever, you got to do things that love yourself, to help yourself, because now you're not going to be thinking about just you, it's going to be another person. So this is Empress is about nurturing and loving yourself enough to make a decision to go what way you need. That ironic, the high Empress spiritual battle. All right, Aquarians, that's for you. Hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully somebody out there has liked, shared, and subscribed. But this is the full moon in Cancer until the 21st, when we have is it the 21st? Yeah, 21st is new moon, 22nd Chinese New Year. So this is going to be a really interesting new moon with all this happening. There's some other things happening too. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Hope something resonated with you and it was helpful in your path and your walk in your journey. Don't forget to walk in absolute love and absolute truth. Take care and have a great couple of weeks, and we'll see you on the new moon. Thank you, Mountain Girl, for doing all the time stamping. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And I love you guys. I really, really enjoy this. I really miss doing it weekly, but hopefully January on 2023, I'll keep doing it through the years, at least the full moons and the new moons, and hopefully that'll have me do it even more. We'll see. Take care now.